Hello, everybody, and welcome to Baking Sheet episode 5. You'll notice the last episode, yes, was episode 6. That's a snafu. That whole thing never happened. Not only did I forget the audio, I also skipped a week. So the Sultai Super Friends list is now over in the Deck Tech playlist. If you still want to go and check that out, I would definitely appreciate it. And all that have watched it, you're a trooper. Definitely appreciate you as well. So today is Baking Sheet episode number 5. Now this week I'm actually going to go into historic, which is something that I don't typically do, but there's a lot of things going on right now that I'd like to try, and they brought one of my favorite cards from Kaladesh and Gonti into historic. So this week is actually something that I'm naming Gonti with the Wind week. Today I am doing this video featuring Gonti with Sultai Blink. Tomorrow I'll be playing Gonti on my stream with an Esper Wrath flash deck. So take a look out on that if you have not, actually if you're watching this exactly today or tomorrow morning. So let's go ahead and switch over and make sure my mic is still working, and it is. So now we can go over everything and you guys can actually hear me. So move these lands over, kind of bring this up a little bit. Well, that's not what I'm wanting to do, obviously. I guess that actually doesn't really help anything, but maybe if we do that, there we go. So the entire deck here is built around Thassa Deep Dwelling and in a lesser part Garuda Doom of Depths. Most people know it as Gigan because of the Godzilla things, but my whole plan is to have as many 2-mana accelerants as I can and go from 2 to 4. And then once I get to the 4, we got our Thassus, we got Gonti. Absolutely love this card. When it enters the battlefield, look at the top 4 cards of an opponent's library, exile one of them face down, put the rest on the bottom in random order. You may look at and cast that card for as long as it remains exiled and can cast spending any amount of mana or any kind of mana. So essentially, you look at the top 4, pick their best card, and you get to play it for the rest of the game. Now, the cool thing about that is a lot of people are doing some very powerful things over in Historic. So you can steal Ugins, you can steal Muxus, which doesn't really do much, but it's something. I guess it'd be more like Krinko or something like that. But you can steal other Chupacabras if you need to. Like, there's. Oh, you can steal Golos. Like, there's all kinds of cool things that you can take from people that Gonti is awesome with. Then Karavik, that's mainly in there for Goblins. Goblins gets in there super fast, but most of their stuff is 1 power or 1 toughness. So Kavrik actually, mops up quite a bit. And the funny thing is, with Spark Double, you can get everything neg 2. So it's kind of like a build your own Virulent Plague, which Virulent Plague is in here too. But, bouncing is it a little bit better. You got your Ravenous Chupacabra. Blinking is obviously really good. It's just removal spell on a stick. Got Massacre Worm, which is another way that we can end the game pretty quickly, especially blinking it each turn. So if you play Thassa into Massacre Worm, that turn you're giving everything -4/-4. Or if you Spark Double a Massacre Worm, every time something dies, they lose 4 life. And then you've got your Garuda to just mostly take these powerful cards from your graveyard, but you can also snag some pretty nice things from the opponent's graveyard as well. So then you got, 4 Explorer, 3 Humble Naturalist, and 4 Incubation Druid. I went with the 4 Incubation Druid because sometimes we don't hit all of our lands and we just need to get to that 6 mana. So being able to adapt this and having, 3 mana of any type is actually pretty helpful. So that's the deck. It's best of 1 right now. That's kind of the thing that's been being played right now, getting people ready for the historic open. So let's jump in and see what we can do. If you didn't catch my stream on Sunday, I finally hit Mythic, and now I'm just working my way out of this percentages here. But I like this deck a lot. I think it's a lot of fun. Blink is always something that I've had a lot of interest in and just had a lot of fun doing. And doing, blinky things with Gonti and Massacre Worm is just right up my alley. All right, get these graphics turned down a tiny bit. So unfortunately, we don't have any of our ramp elements here, so I am going to mulligan that. There we go. This is much better. So we'll keep that. I'm going to go down in Overgrown. And then depending on what we draw, we're either going to go Explore or Incubation Druid. Or I guess depending on what they are playing too. Okay. So I'm actually going to go with Explore. Okay. Scry, hope to hit a 4th land here. All right, there we go. The problem, I guess, with Incubation Druid is we could have very easily, Jim Pullman Incinerator, just lost, like not had the untapped land and played that. All right, so I guess we get rid of the Snoop now. We have another one if we need to, but hopefully that's not the case. Goblin War Chief. Okay, now that we definitely will go ahead and destroy here. And then we'll go ahead and get in the attack here. Next turn, it's going to be between Incubation Druid and Humble Naturalist. Gonti, I don't think that there's a ton. Ooh. Doesn't kill Krinko, though. Yeah, all right. Let's Gonti. That's what we kind of came here to do anyway. So let's see what we can snag from them. Chainwhirler is actually interesting. Yeah, let's grab Chainwhirler. No attacks. Yeah, so Chainwhirler is going to kill a lot of this, but they could just have Muxus here, and if they do, that's going to suck. Yep. Okay, that actually was not that bad. That could have been much worse. So that's interesting. I guess we just block there. Because if we block with Gonti, they just shoot it with a Firebrand. Okay, so that's a good draw. All right, I think it's best to go ahead and get the Chainwhirler down. Mainly, I want to get this Prospector off the battlefield. Okay, so they're going to Gem Palm probably Gonti. Yep. So no attacks here. Is it plus X, plus X? Yeah, +1/+1. Yeah, all right. Okay, so thankfully this Cavarek's gonna come in and wipe out all of everything that Krenko's doing. And we'll just chump block there. And then now Krenko's actually pretty useless. Alright. Does make Chain Whirler a little smaller too, but I don't think that's the end of the world. That immediately dies. Sure, that's not the end of the world. We can just play out both of our ramp creatures here. So we're not really doing anything right now, but we are pretty much just surviving. And being able to shut off Krenko here is huge. Like, they can play another Muxus, but most of the stuff that they can grab is going to die. Oh, that's... wow. So they can do this all in response. Oh, no, they were all getting buffed. Okay, now we're just dead. This deck is stupid. Muxus is not okay, folks. Yep. Back down to the 92%. That's okay. Also, didn't really get to do a ton. Like, we played our 2 Chupacabras and a Gonti, and that's it. Hey, look at that. We already got our thing. All right, go into game 2 here. Hopefully we don't just run into goblins all day, because that's going to be bad beats for us pretty much every time. Also, shout out to Feldy. He kind of tried to help me out with my camera stuff, and I think it's looking a little bit better, but I think there's still some work to do. Okay. We do have some ramp stuff and most of our 4-drops, so we'll try this. I have the lightning bolt sleeve, so I'm not too optimistic about this not being goblins. Yep. Also, Monster, sponsor me. It's the only thing I drink. Okay, so now... okay. I don't like shocking here, but unfortunately it's something that we kind of have to do. Don't need another Thassa. So depending on what they do here, we're going to play Kavrek next turn. Okay, yeah. That doesn't do much now. So we will just Chupacabra, kill this chieftain. Now, unless they have another lord, we can play Kavrek next turn. I don't know if it's Karavik, Karavik. I have no idea. And we'll go ahead and block. They can pump, that's fine. Essentially now we just need to survive. Okay. So play Karavik. Hopefully stop them from having much aggro. And there's Muxus. What? Okay, that's... You know, right there specifically, I am fine with it because that did not do much of anything. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and Chupacabra, kill Muxus, and then we're not going to attack. Of course. So the other line that I was thinking of taking is just play a Spark Double on Karavik. Turns out that's what I should have done because now I'm just dead. That's unfortunate. But I was just thinking if we can kill Muxus, then that's probably better. But turns out their hand was 3 Muxus. So, yeah, no. Okay, no more goblins. There's no way this deck doesn't get hit. Like, I've had removal and things to make most of those creatures die on impact, and it just hasn't mattered. They've just lawn mowed through everything. Okay. Yeah, this should be fine. We'll lead off with the Triome here. Haven't even been able to play our. Oh, okay. So Kavik's going to be sweet here. Haven't even had a chance to play our Garuda yet. So they will get to gain a little bit of life, but their board is about to be bye-bye. Wow. And then we can Spark Double next turn, and they probably don't get to keep anything ever again. But we'll see what we draw. Yeah. Okay. So maybe it's actually better to play a Triome. But let's go ahead and attack with Karavik. Get in some damage before we shrink him down. And we will copy. Don't want Incubation Druid as that will die immediately. Linden is now a 1/1. Don't want Explore. We'll likely just cycle the Triome here. Johnny's welcome. Sure. I mean, I will make a third Kavrek if I need to. All right, go ahead and cycle this. Kind of hope to hit Garuda now. Nope. Didn't I bottom that? There he is. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So it's weird. I'm not sure how the layering would go. I don't know if it will kill everything. Swing in here. If they double block, I'm okay with that. If they don't, we're going to try something out for science. Or are we? Nah, it's not worth it. We have a Garuda next turn that we can Spark Double, so. And I'd like to have more creatures on the field in case we hit a Massacre Worm. Then they would be taking 6 there. Nice. It dies immediately, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, does die immediately. Ooh, Gonti. Yep, we'll hit a Gonti. Our nice 0-1 Death Touch here. Maybe it's not smart to attack in there. Yeah. Next turn, we can Spark Double the Garuda. Hope to hit a Massacre Worm. Trueblade Paladin. What is that? Whenever you gain life, put a 1/1 counter. Oh, okay. Very nice. Well, that's pretty good. Oh no. Well, thankfully we can just go ahead and kill this Twin Blade Paladin. Does automatically die. Get a zombie that immediately dies. It's what, 6 for them to pump these up? So they can just kill one of these, and now they can pump those up pretty huge. Yeah, we'll just keep doing how I'm doing. Heliod should be fine. Yep. So now I can only attack in with the 2 Garudas. They're probably going to be able to race us pretty hard here. Yeah. Yep, we are dead in the air, so might as well swing out. Soul Sisters is a thing. Yep, and dead in the air. All right. Okay. So we're 0-2 right now. That's okay. I'm sorry, 0-3 because we lost to 2 goblins. So yeah, that's okay. It's a learning process. That's the reason that we're doing this. Try and figure things out, see what works, see what doesn't. See if there's anything we need to change, or if it's just bad beats. Okay. Right. Okay. Well, that doesn't count. Definitely want to play a couple more here for you fellas and ladies and whoever decides that they want to watch me. Storm 05. All right. So, Druid into Chupacabra. Yeah, that's not bad. Mhm. Okay, so actually let's just go ahead and explore. So that way we don't have to shock ourselves. Depending on what they play here, I might just double incubation druid. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. If they played like a Skirt Prospector, then I would definitely Chupacabra. No reason not to block there. Ringleader, sure. Okay. So we might have to save this Chupacabra now. Ooh. So, okay. Next turn, that's 1-2. Get back 1. I think we're gonna go the greedy route. We'll go ahead and just kill the Goblin Ringleader. No attacks. We're gonna go the super greedy route and hope they can't like go off this turn, and that we get to do some major damage with Massacre Worm. No, okay. Well, that was pretty lucky draw. Go ahead and kill Krinko, because that's definitely part of a little combo there. Five. So they're one away from having Muxus. Hopefully they're just like, okay, well, now we need to go wide. And then we can do some major damage here. Okay, that works too. Sure. Thankfully, we can still hit the Massacre Worm. All right. Deal 8. And if they're able to kind of build back up and go wide, we have 2 Spark Doubles at the ready. It's definitely possible we should have just held these all back in case they have a Muxus here. Yep. Okay, so now we just hope that it's not massive. Okay, that's not that bad. Especially since they're going to die. Yes, I would like to copy Massacre Worm. Thank you. There we go. So that worked out pretty nicely. That feels good. Now, granted, those have been some, I would say, mediocre Muxus hits. Most of the time when I see a Muxus hit, it's like, here's 5 creatures, and you just get, and they all have haste and +14/+14, and kill your opponent. All right, let's play a couple more here for you guys. Nice. Their name is a palindrome. I'm down with it. You know what? This actually isn't terrible. More Soul Sisters? All right. Let's go ahead and play this so we can block something at least. And then next turn we will explore, get both of these on the field. All right. Well, triple Thassa's not exactly what we wanted to do. So we have 5. So if we get an untapped land, we get to play Garuda. If not, we just explore, I guess. Thassa doesn't really do anything for us here. So they have an active Heliod now. That's good. And we're getting punched in the face for 11. Oh, sorry, 13. Can't block though. I need to have a chance to play Garuda next turn. Feels pretty awful. All right, Garuda, you got a lot of work to do. Basically, I'm going to need Massacre Worm. Nope. Okay. Well, Spark Double's another good option. They are getting to gain a bunch of life, so Massacre Worm's not going to do as much here. Okay, that's not bad. All right, so we're not just dead now. That's good. Nah, we are. We are exactly dead. Some bitch. Soul Sisters is crazy. Yeah, doesn't matter because we take 1,000,000 for whatever we don't block. Okay. Hmm. All right. Do one more for you, and then I'll do the little wrap up here at the end. I was playing yesterday. I was having some pretty decent results with it. And the deck's a lot of fun once it gets going. I mean, it's Garuda. You get to do some silly things. So let's see. We have Naturalist, Explore, Massacre Worm, Smart Double. Yeah, all right. Spark Double. Maybe I have too many of those in there because I do have 4. It's possible that I need to drop down to like 3 of those. Okay, Ritual's pretty interesting. So that makes me want to go Explore next turn over Humble Naturalist. Finlurker. Yeah, I guess we take out the Spark Double. It's doing the least amount of work for us. Yeah, okay. So Explore. Get Overgrown Tomb tapped. Next turn we have Ritual or Ravenous Chupacabra. Or we can always play the Naturalist and hope to set up for Massacre Worm. Okay, let's do that. Play the Naturalist and set up Massacre Worm next turn. Unless they have removal here. If they have removal, that does suck a little bit. Obliterator. Okay, never mind. We have to Troop Grabber next turn. That is the kind of thing that we would like to steal from their yard with a Gonti or a Garuda. Thankfully, the mana base is pretty easy here. Okay, I'll just get rid of Incubation Druid. We do get to deal 4 to them next turn if they don't play anything else. Interesting. Okay. Hmm. Okay. I was gonna check and see if I could get them to block with Veto. They do take another 4 here, which their arena's hurting them pretty bad as well, so we're getting some help here. Next turn, more than likely, we'll play Gonti or Ritual of Soot. I'm not sure which yet. I think it depends on what they do and what we draw. Okay. All right. So unfortunately, I think it just has to be Spark Double the Chupacabra, kill the Obliterator. Deal another 2 there. We'll just swing in with everybody, get in as much little damage as we can. Like, even if they just block the Massacre Worm, that's still another 3 points, and that could definitely end up making a difference. They're going to go to 1. That seems risky. Ah, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so let's Gonti, see what we can hit here. That should do it. They get dealt 2, and we swing out. Yep. There we go. That felt pretty good. Go back to the deck here so I can do a little outro deck tech for you all. All right. So again, this is the deck. Feels pretty good. We didn't really get to do the whole Thassa blinking thing at all. The only times we did see Thassa, it was 4 in our hand and nothing to really do with it, but that's okay. This deck's definitely a lot of fun. You just have to dodge those turn 3 and 4 Goblin kills and Soul Sisters just going wild. But outside of that, I mean, it's a lot of fun. I did have Hostage Taker in over the Humble Naturalist, but I noticed that I wasn't getting to this 4 and 6 as easy. So I just wanted to kind of maximize that little ramp there. So if you guys want to take a look and try out this deck list and try it out for yourself, the deck tech list will definitely be in the link below, as well as the links to my Twitter and my Twitch if you guys want to check that out. I'll go back to here. I will be streaming tomorrow with the Esper Raft Flash, generally around 5 to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. So if you guys can check that out, that would be fantastic. I appreciate you all. There we go. For watching and hanging out. And I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow. Have a great night.